Hi everyone, it's Karen. I just came back because I wanted to show you how I finished up this little ephemera folder and with the little journal inside, as I promised I was going to come back and just show you a few things of how I finished it up. The last video I went over the whole outside of the folder here, so this time I'm just going to go over the little journal and then what I made to go inside the folder. As I mentioned before, this is a business envelope on the front here, and you can see if I tip that, that's actually the window in the envelope, and then this is the journal that you can see through the window. And it's inside the envelope here. And I have added a few pieces of ephemera to it, so it's definitely it's definitely a tight squeeze, but it still fits in there. By the time the person would be finished with the ephemera that's inside the folder, they definitely would have a pretty fat little journal that I would not fit in there anymore. This is the front of the journal and is 5 by just under 8, and it has a piece of heavy cardstock like paper for the cover, which I collaged on. This is some watercolor work that I did with some different color blue watercolors, and then I collaged all the bits of paper from this paper pad, which again was the Minte Berrylicious. And the kitty cats are part of the paper line, but they also give you pictures to cut out, and so you can get, there's extra little cats and flowers and things that you can fussy cut out to add as well. And they also give you these little, almost like little stamps that I've used throughout as well. So that's the front, and then this is the back. I just used, you can see more of the watercolor paper that I made, and then a piece of one of the 6x6 pieces of paper. I thought this one was very cute with the little kitty cat peeking up over the log here, and the other one sleeping in the chair. And then I stitched around the edges of it, and then I put 13 pages in it, about 40 some pages all together, front and back. And they're different digital downloads and just some papers that I had in my stash. I'm just going to flip through quickly and just show you, concentrate mostly on what I did to embellish on the pages. Fussy cut out that little image and then added it here. And this is a tuck spot. I'll just grab something here so I can just show you. So this ends up being a little tuck spot in here. Used this white lace is from, and here is from AngeldreamCraftsKim, and I will leave links to her store in the description box below, so you can pop over to the store and see what she has for sale right now. I know she just has a bunch of new stock in. Another little pocket here, this is actually a pocket in here, and then this is a little tag spot here to put a tag there. Page here, and this flips down, so there's lots of room here. You'll to be able to add embellishments that you'll see that are in the pockets. This is a pocket here, so a tag could go in there, or something could clip on with a paper clip. And this one is finished. This is a tuck spot, and this is a tuck spot as well. This is a little finished area here. I used a little bit of lace from Kim's shop, the eyelet trim, and then made this little tuck spot here, and this is a trim from her shop as well, and this is a trim from her shop as well that I used to make the tab on the top of this tag that goes in here. This one thing about the laces and trims, they can be used in a lot of things, edging to the page, tabs, trim on a tuck spot or a belly band. So it makes the trims and laces really versatile. This is the center of the journal, and there's just some beads and some of my tatted flowers on there. And just some more, mostly these are digital downloads that I've added in that I felt were complementary to the paper line that I used as well. And then this is a hand-dyed paper that I did, and just a little bit of embellishment on the page here with the paper line, a little 3 of the little pink flowers from that pink trim from Kim's shop. This is a tag that I added on here, and again, just a little collage here with a little bit of lace, and there's another piece of lace in behind here, and that's all pieces that are left from some of the trims and laces from Kim's shop, and they work well with your papers to make little tuck spots. This one's actually has a tuck, has a little tag in here and another little tag in here. So, and I find using little bits of the paper fussy cut out with the laces and trims, adding maybe a little bit of bling from your stash, you can create really nice little tuck spots. These are just some blank pages for some of the other ephemera that's in the holder. This is a belly band that I created, and part of it actually, because I created it and it was a bit too long, so I used that other piece back here in the journal so that it wasn't wasted. Created another little spot there for that. So this one is the paper line with a little bit of fussy cutting out, a little kitty cat sitting up a little bit here on the bottom. Her lovely trims around 3 sides of this, and then there's a nice tag tucked underneath, and these are her trims on the top of the tag as well to make the tab. This is part of the peacock trim, and this is one of her other trims from her shop. This is another trim from her shop, and I've used that to create the flap for a flip on the next page. So this comes across, looks really pretty on this page. When you flip it over, it's attached here onto this pocket, and there's just a little scrappy little booklet in here with some little pages in there, and then it flips out, and there's journaling room on the back of that as well. And then I think it flips up too, and then it flips up as well, and there's more journaling space there, and then part of the German book page, which is from Kim's shop as well. And then this is the back page, and this has a little pocket I created with hand-dyed papers and stenciling, a little bit of the lace again from Kim's shop. This was a bling bow that she had in the shop, and what I did was used a bit of blue stickles on it as well, in between some of the bling and the pearls, so it gets a little bit of coloring on it that works well with my project. I use it as a little tuck spot, so I just partially glue it there in the corner, and then this little tag fits in there, and then there's a bigger tag that fits behind here, and this is one of her little button butterflies that she had in the shop, and I've put the thread through it and prior to, and then glued it on just so it has thread through the button, but it's actually not doesn't go right through the tag. The tag itself has been stitched, and that fits in there. So that's the little journal part, and then inside of here, the ephemera folder, just open it up, and I'll just show you some of the other pieces that fit really nicely in this cute little holder. And the tie is long enough that you can open it really easily without the ties coming out, but if you want to take them out of the holes, that's fine too. So in the back here, I've made a couple of pockets that would fit inside of the journal, and they both have tags in them. This one has some sort of crazy stitching around it and some layering. This kitten sort of sits up a bit on here, and the butterfly sits up a bit of trim from that pink trim from Kim's shop, and journaling space on the back. And then this one has the little pocket here, so it's see-through, so that's nice. You can see through to the tag underneath, but then you can stick that little tag in, and all the tags have been finished, this you could easily write with a black pen on the lines here. So, and then on the back of here is another pocket, and I've just added some of the little pieces from the journal kit in here that could be fussy cut out further, or these ones could be used as little tuck spots in the journal. So those are in there. This one has a bag in it that I have added some other fussy cut out flowers and a butterfly from a digital download. I've made a little collaged piece in the corner here using a little bit of pink trim from Kim's shop and a little bit of one of her dangle trims and one of the buttons. And so it just creates a pretty little corner on there. And then it's been stitched around. And then on the inside, I've just made a scrappy little notebook and used one of Kim's laces on the front of that notebook underneath the bit of, this is a bit of the paper that I have cut out, and then I've added a butterfly from my stash. And again, just created a little scrappy book to go in there. This one has a couple of corner pockets. I thought these would be cute even in the middle of the journal. They could be put on either side in the corners, and they both have these little tuck spots created in them. And this one has a little bit of pink lace from Kim's shop, and this is that pink trim again. This is just one's a little bit more plain. And they would glue down on two sides and on the page, and therefore create another tuck area as well. Also in this pocket were some paper clips that I made, and these are the ones that are with the hidden paper clips, so they're double-sided. This one has this white trim here was from Kim's shop, and then the little black pins, she was carrying those, and I put a few beads on there. And then on the other side is a little piece of the flat lace that she had in the shop, and this is the rest of that lace. I just ran it right away around, cut out one of the little kitty cats and one of my tatted butterflies. And this one is, I made them in different directions, but this one would go onto a page this way. Let's see if I've got something here. And it would just slide onto the page like that as a paper clip, and you clip other things in there, obviously. And then this one, again, some of the paper line, a little bit of trim from her shop, a little piece that I cut off, and then this side, another little bit of trim from one of her laces in behind that, and the rest of the trim that from this side is on here too, on the bottom. And this is an over the page one, so it would go onto the page like this. And then when you flip the page, you would see this on the other side. And then this one is the same. It's an over the page one. And again, that pink lace that I've used from her shop, used a piece here at the top, and then added a little piece of scallop off of it at the bottom here, and put one of the little pins from her shop in there with some beads on it. And then on this side is the rest of that pink lace, and it has a netting in the background. And so whenever you get these laces that have this netting in the back, you can cut around the little bit of embroidery there, and that can be just like a little applique. And then of course I cut along the bottom here and use that scalloped piece. So you can get a lot of use out of your laces doing that as well. So here I fussy cut out those little applique flowers and added them down the back of the paper clip there, and then put a little bit of blings in the center of them. So those are three and paper clips that are also in there. A couple of tags in this one. Again, using a little bit of lace on another, that's another paper clip, and a little bit of lace on the back. Any white lace cut can fit nicely on these little, whether it's a corner embellishment or whether it's a paper clip. And so buying yourself a little bit of white lace, she had this flat white lace in the shop, and so this will go a long way. and has multiple uses. So very, very nice to have in your stash. And then this one, this tag, I used a butterfly applique out of my stash and just embellished it up for the tab on the top of that one. And then the last pocket, I just made some little embellishments to go on the pages. So this one is actually a paper clip. And this is part of a piece of trim from Kim's shop, and I added the flat back pearls and little pink blings on there. And then this is paper from the paper line, and this is one of her pins at the bottom, and I put some beads on there. And then this could paper clip onto a page, and you could have it dangling. You could paper clip it on at the top of the page or the side of the page and run a bit of glue at the bottom and use it as a belly band. So there's a couple uses for that one. This is just a little collage piece that I put together with a piece of lace from Kim's shop, that pink scallop that I cut off there, and again the embroidered flowers that were on the netting part of it, and that could just attach on a page. And if you attach it just on this side and the bottom, you can then use it as a little tuck spot too. Here's another one made with a little bit of that trim from her shop, and one of her bulb pins with some beads, and I made a little dangle to go on it, and again a little bit of fussy cutting from the paper line and a little butterfly. And again, another really pretty little thing that you can add. You could certainly add a paper clip to the back of that, but you can also just add it onto a page somewhere. And this one I did the same thing. Nice piece of lace from her shop. One of her little pins just pinned in there, and I just added a little blue bling on there. And again, just plain on the back, so that could be attached on a page. And then this one I had some fun with. This is one of the metal pieces, and it's long. And I bent it in half completely and then pinched it really, really hard at the bottom. So what I did was I created an embellishment that slides onto the page from the bottom. And then also you could slide other things in there as well. And then this dangles out the bottom of your journal. And so I just took some of her dangle lace and put that on there and added a few clay flowers and a little butterfly. And Kim has clay flowers in her shop. And then on the other side, because it would be visible when you turn the page, I just put little green clay flowers and an additional little bit of lace. This was again one lace that she had in her shop. Any dangle lace will work, and she has lots of them to choose from in her shop. And then you have that. So that was really pretty and very useful, because you could clip other things in here and it fits tightly on and then dangles out the bottom. So just a use of those metal pieces. She did have these in the shop, and sometimes people have them in and they're not sure what to do with them, and I just thought that was kind of a fun idea. Those fit in that little pocket. That is the ephemera folder, all filled with lovely pieces of ephemera, and fits really nicely in the pockets. There's still lots of room for even more. And then the little journal that fits really nicely at this time anyway, still fits in this pocket, although like I said, by the time if you're going to add more of that ephemera into this journal, it would get too fat and it would no longer fit in here. But right now it still slides in, so you get that little journal tucked in there, and then the folder included. Oh, and I forgot that I also, in this big pocket that I had put on the back, I also made a big journaling card that I put a little collage of her laces, the 3 different laces from her shop. I did a little bit of hand stitching on it. I used one of her pins to pin a little bird flying there. I used 2 of the rolled roses from her shop and 1 from my stash, and then fussy cut out one of the kitty cats and put that on there. And then I did a pocket on this side, a corner pocket, and there's a tag and one of the little stamp things in there. and it's all stitched, and then the back you could write on there as well, and it fits really nicely in this big pocket on the back. And then this is a little paper clip that I paper clipped on here, and of course it's got caught. There it is. So I paper clipped and I left part of the paper clip out so I could dangle a little flower off of there. And the kitty cat, I put it up on foam so it sits up a bit, and I thought it was really cute. It could go anywhere, but I thought it was really cute attached onto the lace there on the bottom. So that is the whole project complete now, with the folder and the journal and all the ephemera inside. And it was a lot of fun to make, and I definitely will be something I'll probably make again too. And I hope that you've been inspired, and maybe you'll try making something similar of your own. Have a wonderful week. Talk to you all soon. Bye for now.